Hey everybody, welcome to another Halloween how-to. What do you think of my gumball machine? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this project. This is something that I learned how to make on Pinterest many years ago, and I've been making it year after year ever since. Basically, on the Halloween forums, we have a gift exchange called Secret Reaper, so part of the package that I send my victim usually includes one of these little gumball machines. Now, just a quick aside, hopefully my victim isn't watching. If you are, surprise. But basically, I don't usually fill them with gumballs. These happen to be some orange gumballs in this one, just to give you the idea of what it is intended to be. But toward the end of the video, I'm going to show you what I like to fill them with. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me show you what you're going to need to make this project. It is so simple and so easy and relatively inexpensive. Basically, what it entails are these clay pots that you can find at any garden center. I got mine at Home Depot. The base is just a clay pot, and whatever size you use is up to you. You're going to get a different look pretty much with whatever sizes you use. So, basically you start with a little clay pot. You get a little bowl. Now you can get these bowls at the dollar store. They're usually a little bit smaller than this. I like to go for the bigger bowls. So I got this one at Michael's. I think it was like $3 and something. But again, you can use your coupons, save a few bucks on that. So we just add that for, the gumball holder bit. And then, you add the tray, like the water reservoir tray, to the top. To finish off the gumball machine. I actually, as I was experimenting with this one, I thought maybe adding a secondary small tray just gives it a little extra detail at the top that I thought looked nice. And then I took, planned to take one of these little skulls. I love these skulls. You probably have seen me use them in other how-to videos. I get them from Michael's. I've used some out of the bag. They come in a little bag. And, I still have so many left. So I'm actually on my second bag over the years, but, they last a long time. I use them for little crafts as like little decorative toppers to things. Like if I make, some sort of potion bottle or something, I like to use them on the tops. So I think they work very well on my gumball machines as well. But, again, just to give you kind of an idea of how you can play with it. Like if you don't want this giant top either, you could use just the little one and have like a smaller top there going on. Or you could even, change the base altogether to this, this one is a bit thinner, you can see. Gives it a different look when you put the top on, a little skinnier. So I'm not exactly sure how I am going to assemble this one. We're going to, I'll figure that out, and we'll get to that in a minute. But what else you're going to need, basically, is just black spray paint. You want the glossy kind. Now, this is just the cheap Home Depot spray paint. It's like $1 a can. And then you need something to embellish it with. Now, the original pin actually shows it with the ribbon, so that's how I have it shown here. But this is what I did the first year, and that's the only year I've ever put ribbon on it. Usually what I'll do is I'll go to Michael's, and I will get these sort of sticker embellishments. I don't know how well you can see this one in the video. It is like a skull and a crossbones. So I thought that could be kind of fun to do one on either side of the bottom there. In the past, I have used these stickers just as like Happy Halloween and little bones. When you go to the craft stores, you're going to find things like this in abundance. I think one year I did like little neon spiders all around it. This is where you can really get creative. So for this one, I think I'm going to probably go with the skulls and crossbones, but yeah, that's something we'll figure out as we go. That's the fun part. So right now, let's get to work. I'm going to take out the clay pot bits. I'm going to get them spray painted black. As I almost never do, I'm going to try and let it actually dry overnight this time instead of coming back to you in 20 minutes. So I'll see you tomorrow, and we will get started assembling our gumball machine, and then you'll get to see what I like to fill mine with. So see you in a bit. Okay, tomorrow is today, and I have painted pots. Now, I went ahead and spray painted several coats of the black paint on our pots, and it took a lot of paint. I did paint the inside slightly. You know, that's not really necessary, but I do it for consistency. I also painted the bottom rim. You know, you're not going to see that when it is, you know, on a table or something, but you definitely want to get the bottom top of the pot because you will likely see these edges when we have these upside down. So my whole can of spray paint was almost wiped out just painting these items. And you may have noticed there is one extra lid, and that is because I could not decide which of these shapes I liked better. So I went to Michael's and I bought another $4 bowl so that we can do them both. And we'll see which one you like better. In fact, I am probably going to do a giveaway. One of these I have to save for my Secret Reaper project, but the other one I think I'm going to do a giveaway. So stay tuned. In the next couple of days I'll probably post a video about that. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. That's kind of a hint about what I am going to fill these with. But before we get to that, I need to decorate it. It's probably just a little bit easier to go ahead and decorate it now before we start assembling things. So I am going to start with my skull and crossbones. Now these are just stickers that I got at Michael's. So I don't know how well they are going to work. We're going to find out here in a moment. So I think for the skull and crossbones, I'm going to use this taller pot that's just a little bit skinnier. And let's see here. I don't know how these stickers work, if it just peels off. Ooh, Okay, well, let's try the bone part. All right. They're very sticky, which is good, because clearly we want it to stay stuck on the pot. My skull doesn't want to come off quite as easy as the bones, so let's just carefully try and remove this. It's just, These stickers are kind of sticking to my fingers and are not, This is going to be a challenge getting this on the pot. Just getting it off this sticker back is going to be a challenge. Now I know that once I try and apply this to the pot, these are probably not the right stickers to use. But let's go ahead and give it our best shot. See how that came off? I don't know what they were thinking. I think these stickers are practically unusable. So that's a shame. Kind of a pricey shame too. These stickers that you buy at Michael's are very expensive. Now, this is a nightmare. All right, I'm gonna give it my best shot. I don't see how this is possibly gonna turn out good at all. You know what? I'm going to give up. I really liked the idea of these. Let me just see if there was any sort of instruction on here. There's not. These stickers are not usable. Oh, that is a shame. I was really looking forward to that. I thought that was going to look awesome. All right. I'm just going to put that down. Huh. Okay. Plan B, I think I have some extra ribbons, so we're going to make ribbons on this one. But let's go ahead and try the Happy Halloween one on this. I'm so disappointed. I mean, the skull one was the one that I really wanted to do, and this was just sort of the backup. Now, these stickers, all right. I'm just going to start putting these on and eyeball it. These are all individual letters, so they are not going to be straight, I'm imagining. Let's just put on, we got a hap. But they do stick pretty well, which is probably because I actually let this paint dry instead of just going for it, as I would normally do. All right, so we've got a happy. It's turning out not too bad. Let's just, all right. Let's try and center this. So if we were to center that Halloween there, we want it to look roughly like that. All right. right, so I need to start that H. Just for the video's sake, I'm still going to eyeball it. You know, if you're doing this at home, you might want to be a little more careful to try and get these looking nice and perfect. Got the hole. I think I'm kind of squeezing them together now because I don't think I moved over quite far enough. It's not going to be perfectly centered, but yeah, won't be awful. All right. You know what? The good thing is it is unique, we'll just say. Uh-oh, which way did that end go? All right. Now this last sticker was a little bit bent in the package, so we just have to give that a little extra press. Now, if any of these started popping off, you know, we could probably hot glue them on, but I think they stick fairly well. And now just because we've got that little extra space, where did the sticker packet go? Here we go. It came with a couple of these extra little cheesy stickers I wasn't planning to use, but just because my centering is off, I'm going to try and just stick this one, which is a witch on a moon. Let's try and get it in the right direction here. I think that's a witch, yeah. So we'll just stick that in there, right there. Now you can kind of masks the fact that it's not balanced, so there's that. Gonna put on the lid. I think I am going to go with the large lid as well as the small lid. Or do we like it like, yeah, definitely. The large lid, the small lid. Now, again, I'm going to use the skull. Actually, I have this black skull that I originally put on here, which you could use as well. I kind of like that look too, but I also kind of like the gray. See, there's so many choices you can make. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do the black one on this one again. So this one, I'm going to use just the one little lid. Now this lid is really the exact opening, or the exact same, you know, diameter as the opening. So it just sort of sits right there in the lid. And when we hot glue these on, I've got my hot glue, oh, it's already heated up. Let's go ahead and do that now. It can kind of act as, you know, a little, you know, something to lift the lid off with. So let's go ahead and glue this one on. Oh, I think this is not, I don't know where I got this little skull. It is not the same as my other skulls, and that's probably why it's not on right now, because I think I always had problems with it sticking because it's got a weird way of sitting. It doesn't sit flat like the other skulls. But there we go. So we have skulls. I'm just going to kind of turn that to the side in case it's kind of hard to see in the video there. While we let that dry for a moment, you know what? I'm also going to just hot glue these lids together since I've got my hot glue out. You could also hot glue the glass bowl onto the base, but I don't do that simply because it's easier to store it. If you don't, you can just put the, you know, you flip it over, you can stick the glass bowl inside of it. Let's just kind of eyeball this here. I think that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna unplug my hot glue gun. So there we go. I'm just going to grab really quick some ribbon out of my craft thing. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see here. Get rid of some of this garbage. Now, I still have some of these leftover stickers of spiders that I used on my candlestick tutorials. You could put some spider stickers on here. They're black, so I don't know how well you can see it. If we put it on here, it would be very matchy-matchy. It would be kind of hard to see. But, you know, I kind of like it. You might also even just put it on the glass bit, but I'm not going to do any of that. It's just an idea. I know Michaels sells the black ones and like a fluorescent green, which would be kind of neat to alternate around the bottom of one of these bases. Michaels, if you're watching, I'm very disappointed with these stickers. I'm going to have to write someone a stern letter. Anyway, so I've got some ribbon. Not sure, you know, I am not an expert ribbon tyer in any way. So let's just, you know, give this a shot and see what happens. I'm going to do both of these orange and black ribbons. This one is just the black ribbon with the orange polka dots, and it's kind of hard to see. So let's just tie this around here. The orange, I think, kind of sets it off just a little bit. Now, try and make a little bit of a bow. All right, well, I am not an expert in bows, and this looks horrid, but that's what happens when you have to do it on the fly. So hopefully you're better at tying bows than I am. I will just leave this as it is so you can see it as an example of what not to do. But I guess that's temporary. We'll just call that temporary until I can find better suited stickers. So there we go. The last thing we need to do is fill these. Now, you can get the gumballs. I got these gumballs on Amazon.com, and it came like a 2-pound bag for $10, which is way more than you need for this. I was trying to use it for another project, but that didn't end up working out. So I put some gumballs in here, and I think this was maybe about half the bag. So that might be like a pound of gumballs there. Just an FYI if you are trying to fill your glass jar. Also, I did mention before that the dollar store sells some glass bowls, and this actual one that I keep these little skulls in is what you get at the dollar store. So you can see it is significantly smaller, but you know, it works as well. And then if you have one of these little, the little pot lids, they fit perfectly on top of here. So let's see. Yep, I knew that was going to fall. You know, you could use just a small bowl as well, but I think the bigger bowl gives it a lot more character. Put my ribbon back up on here. Don't laugh at my ribbon. Oh, that's awful. Okay. All right. Ugh. Don't laugh. All right. So let's fill them. And if you're not going to use gumballs, what I like to use are the eyeballs that you get from the dollar store. They come in red and yellowish green and purplish blue. This is just another pack of red because I really like the red the best, and sometimes I will just use only red. You know, I've done this project so many times, but for our purposes, we're going to mix them up. Let's just add some in there, some in there, and a couple of yellow ones. So this is 3 bags of, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12 eyeballs each. Let's add the one more red. So for 2 of these, I used 4 bags. So if you're making one of these, you know, like $2 worth of dollar store eyeballs, you could give it a stir just to mix up those eyeball colors. And really, if you're you know, putting it out on display, you kind of maneuver them so all the eyeballs stick out and it looks kind of creepy. So do that. Stick on the lid. Stick on the lid. And there we go. So let me know which gumball machine you like the best. And stay tuned for one of my giveaways where I will be giving away one of these fabulous things. I will try to fix this in some way before giving it away. Oh, that's awful. I know. I know. It's so sad. But Halloween is not a sad time. It's a happy time, so let's just ignore that one for now. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to stick around and see some of my other how-to videos, check all of my other videos that I've already posted, and make sure you're subscribed for all my future ones. And I'll see you around then. Take care, everyone. Happy haunting.